how I've only spoken on one call, and now all of a sudden I'm asked to speak. But fortunately, my call is in my phone, so give me a moment to find this. Unprepared, but prepared. Yes, so let me just start out. I went to convention last July, and they started announcing the incentive trip. And as soon as Costa Rica popped up, I was all in. I'm going to Costa Rica. And Mitch said it, and Jessica said it, and I believed it. And that's what I was working for. So I went home right after the trip, and I told Deanna, I was like, okay, so what do I got to do this? And I made out my plan, and I had to break it down exactly step by step, how many people to recruit, my numbers, work it through. My goal date was December. So things start rolling and falling into place. I got a few girls that got the shooting star, so that bumped me up. And then I did a large fundraiser in October, bumped me up. My fundraiser came back with $3,000 in sales. That was a big push. December came. I was 1,000, so 2,000 points away. January came. I got this. I had another fundraiser booked. I had 2 basket parties out, and I was doing another launch party for the new year. My fundraiser came back. 0. My 2 baskets came back, 0. I scrambled and I put in a $150 order, so it was $150, so I still had to do $900. My last week came in, I talked to Jess on the phone. Jess, what do? I've called, I've messaged, I Facebook, I haven't heard anything, nothing, like no responses from anybody. And she said, well, it's okay, sometimes you have to accept it, maybe there's a reason, you know, everything happens for a reason, you just have to deal with it. And it'll be okay. You still have a whole nother year and you can try again. I wasn't hearing it. I didn't want to accept it. I knew I had a full week. So that was like Tuesday night. The incentive due date was Thursday, right? Wednesday comes. I got a few more ideas or whatever. Well, no, Tuesday I planned it out. I said, I have to wake up. I had to do $900 in sales. I went out Wednesday and I did $500 in sales. I told my husband, and I said, honey, I need $500 more in sales. And he was like, whatever, you don't know, you're not going to do it, $500, whatever. Fine, whatever. I took my mom out for the 2 days just to sit in the car with my daughter so that I could go around and not be distracted. Every place I went to were the people that I never wanted to approach. I was giving them a reason for me to not ask them. Either, oh, I went to school with them, they're not interested. Oh, I've known them from church for too long, they're not interested. My pastors, I didn't want to ask them because I felt they've been approached by too many people and they're just trying to help. I went to my pastor. When I was in the same school with him, graduated with him, and I sent him a message on my lunch break, and I knew I had to be productive during my lunch break, so I was still messaging people. And I said, hey, go to my website. Oh, okay, I'll go to your website. I don't know what this stuff is. He said, what is this stuff? And I said, I'll be there in 5 minutes. Time. I was there in 5 minutes. I got in the car and I drove to his office, and I was there. Pulled out the stuff. What is this stuff? Girly stuff? And I said, no. Plopped the catalog on his desk, right to the college warmers, because he's a big college school of sports buff. No, I'm not interested. Turn the page, one page. There was the classic black. I want that warmer. Now what do I do with this? And I said, well, you need some scents. Pulled out my testers, threw them in out there. He grabbed the Route 66. I want 6 of this. He ordered 6 and a warmer. Come to find out a couple weeks later, he said, I never knew I was going to like this stuff. I was just being nice. So I was putting all these excuses in front of me. Why did I not ask these people? They genuinely would want to help me if I just asked. I went to my friend's mom, never just wanted to talk to her, and she bought like 3 warmers and another 6-pack. I never asked. But I went out there and did it. The next day, Thursday came around. Honey, I'm $500 away. Okay, I'll see what I can do. He brought me $100 orders. Appreciate it.
That works.
Everything. Another $100 closer, right? So I'm down to $400. Bust my butt. Got my $300. I calculated it. $150 away. I went into my dad's work. Right after convention, we got the Grace Stella catalogs. I went into their office. There was a lady there. I gave everybody the catalog. This one lady in particular, she had her bag picked out like 2 days after I gave her the catalog. She didn't order until I approached her in January. And I walked in her office. I knew I was $150 away. and I pointed her out in a whole room of other employees. You have to buy a bag. And she was like, okay. She did. And she's like, this was the perfect time. I don't even know why I was voting it up. And I was like, I know why you're voting it up. Like, it was everything for its right time. If she had bought it sooner, I don't know, I wouldn't have had that other opportunity to ask again, you know? So everything just worked out. I ended up getting my $900 plus $100 in sales by 3 o'clock. That's my story. Don't stop just because it looks daunting and looming. If the clock hasn't stopped, you keep going. You know? And I was fully reliant on God. I was prayed, and I was following Him. You know, He guided my step. Every phone call I made was a yes. I never heard a no, and I was never crushed or discouraged. You just keep going. You know, I'm at a point, I'm making new goals in my life, but I'm not going to let no stop me. And I get slammed and slammed and slammed every time. But I'm not going to go. I'm a very optimistic person. I just keep going. It's making me stronger, and I'm going to outrun all of y'all.